Hello and welcome back to Fusion Writing, where building character meets creating structure. And today for our compass, where we launch into the overview of our topic, we are going to be talking this week about leveraging the midpoint meets empathy. And to get us going, here's Victoria.
Hello, Lilligans, anti-novelists, fellow authors, friends, and curious onlookers. Our little group is growing, which is really exciting. We've got people coming in and sharing writing. So if you're not over in LiLLiPub, you better hightail it over there and join us because we've got some fun stuff coming. So for today's quick overview of where we're headed this week, I just want to bring things up to a higher level. So I've shared a pretty complex plot matrix with you, as well as a conflict generator, and lots of very detailed tools that hopefully help you dig in, do a deep dive, and figure out how do you want to build your story, how do you want to challenge your characters, and get them through that story arc. With all of that said, for this week, I just want to take a little bit of a higher level view in case you're marooned at any point in the process and you're thinking, how am I ever going to meet all of these plot points, all of these plot beats, all of this character development, et cetera, et cetera. It can get overwhelming really quickly. So tomorrow, what we're going to look at is we're going to break it down to our plot cheat sheet, which is just our 8 basic points. And we're going to do something a little crazy in the vein of James Scott Bell. I have to give him a shout out for his book, Writing Your Story from the Middle. The point being, if you can understand the midpoint at which your main character makes a change or some kind of transformation that thereby allows them to continue on into the end of the story, then you've got something that you can work with as a place to navigate by. So that's what we'll be tackling, is we'll be tackling the midpoint and what comes before that, and then what comes after, so that you can wrap your arms around how does my character change, and then how do I get them through the rest of the story. So that's where we'll begin. With that quick overview, I will turn it over to my esteemed colleague, Kathleen, to launch us into her character trait.
Thank you so much, Victoria, and thank you for the special greetings to all of the different people who are here. Of course, we're having a wonderful time over in Lilligania land at LiLLiPub.org, and we're having a wonderful Zoom calls on Saturday, so stop on by. They're getting to be very well attended with some great submissions for us to discuss. But this week, when it comes to the character development, we are on our 4th and final major character group. This week, we're talking about empathy. Empathy is our character's involvement in the relationship with other people, how our character reacts to other people, and therefore, what kind of reactions does our character get back based on what he's putting out. And so as always in the Compass Day, when we're just introducing the topic, it's helpful if we stop and think about situations that perhaps we've been in our relationship with other people, because it's always another challenge of getting along. And there's always this problematic people. How do we navigate them? How do we, do we have to walk on eggs around certain people? How do we express ourselves when we want to be kind and especially attentive to others? How do we come across to them? How do we project how we're feeling? How do we feel about justice, and when we encounter injustice, when we encounter people that are not being treated quite fairly, how does that make us feel when we see that happening to other people? So we just want to get in touch with the feelings of what kind of feelings do we have when we are thinking about our relationships to other people. And if you stop by LiLLiPub, you'll have your worksheet for the Compass Day, and these will be some questions to orient yourself with in empathy, in this whole character group. because this is where we want to get in touch with our feelings, because we draw from our own experience and from very empathetic scenes that we've seen, movies that we've watched, literature that we've read that really invokes feelings, so we can begin to put names to these feelings so that we can then reproduce them into our stories. So think about relationships to other people, and we'll dive in a lot deeper tomorrow when we get to our section on the map. So that's it for our compass. Bye-bye.
See you tomorrow.